Why, hello, hi. It is me, it is I, Small Time Didi, your Khadi on the internet, and I'm back. Hello, hello. Oh my god, the girl does love pink. Like a nudie nail, like pink. Listen, I love pink. My cabinets are pink. My brother said, "What is with you and pink? I want to paint this fridge pink because I have paint left over from painting my cabinets. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. We were gonna have this pink at some point, but that's not even content for here. That's for my work stuff. It's for my work space. It doesn't matter. I do love pink. And black. In case you want to do something. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. I'm up on here, down on here. Umama, Unimatic Zilla Mandela's internet. Some of the stuff I'll be doing on here, I'm like, I hope Umama is not watching. I really hope she's not watching me do these like really diary entries. But she's an ANC girly, so she's probably on lunch, like extended. Anyway, let's get into this. Dating while fat. It's a lot to unpack here. I do this a lot, right? I've always been on a diet. I'm always on a diet. I've always been a fat girl, so I'm always on a diet. It doesn't end. It doesn't stop. Okay. Did I just have popcorn? Yes, I did. Is it almost midnight? Yes, I did. Bite me. I'm probably delicious. You didn't think about that. But anyway, I do this a lot where because I want to know if the experience is truly different. I randomly from time to time search in the YouTube bar that dating after weight loss, and a lot of videos come up because it's a thing I've always wanted to, because I've always assumed the experience ought to be better. So I want to hear from people who've managed to lose the weight what that experience is, and it's interesting. They say people in general treat you differently, not just men and stuff. But in this case, we're talking about going unseen and what that does to you. And you probably experience it as well if you are, maybe it's not a fat issue, maybe you're a dark-skinned girl and whatever, these things that they've decided aren't attractive about us. But I'm gonna attach this clip for a bit and then we're gonna come back. I've used this clip in another video that I had to private. So if you've seen it before, we're just gonna take a different angle on it and we're gonna get into it real quick. Okay.
Growing up and not having external validation from men, even if it's like catcalling or like, all that kind of stuff that obviously people hate because it's non-consensual, or just like men sliding into your DMs or sending a dick pic or whatever the fuck. At the end of the day, that is all at least some form of validation. When you don't have that,
Yep.
and you've been invisible for so long and you felt invisible for so long, it's almost as detrimental or more. And I don't want to sound like ungrateful.
I feel what you're saying. I felt like that as well.
Right. And I feel like this is a common thing, but we don't talk about it because it's the wrong thing to say when there are so many people suffering from those kind of acts.
All right, Yella. This is a difficult thing to explain to anybody who, it's not difficult, but it's you probably wouldn't understand going unseen, or you probably wouldn't understand if you are the girl who's getting harassed, who's getting the unsolicited attention and really bordering on being dangerous and stalkerish kind of behavior. This would not make sense to you. It's like, what, we don't want to be stalked. We don't want to be catcalled. That's not what we're saying. We're saying there's certain experiences that, or what I got from this. In the video that I had to private, I shared with you guys that I was watching Leila's videos, and she shared about how, there's always that one guy, and I hear guys say it as well. Oh, girls always have that one guy waiting in the car for his turn and stuff. No, we don't share that experience. And I feel like a lot of women walk around feeling like it's a woman experience. It's a woman. No. Certain kinds of women get to have 5 good dudes lined up just waiting for their turn, right? And we don't all share that experience. And it can be very, it can make you feel sad because you essentially feeling like you are missing out because of the language around it. You feel like you're missing out on a crucial part of womanhood. Like, one of the tenets of womanhood is that you're gonna have that one guy for you, you know? And when it doesn't happen for you, you feel like you're really, really missing out on this experience. And a lot of it is rooted in not being conventionally attractive. You won't have men like waiting for their turn if you aren't a thing to show up with on their arm, if you aren't to be shown off and stuff. And in my case, it's always been the issue that when I was ready to get back to dating, I shared in my singlehood and loneliness video on being touch starved, where that lady went viral, and I added that to my video, and I was having a chat about that I went through the loneliness and all of that. And that stemmed from the fact that at that time I was ready to start dating again. At some point I was like I couldn't, right? And then when I had done the work that I needed to do to feel okay, to feel like I can communicate effectively with somebody and all of those nice things, that I'm now yearning partnership, and I decided to enter into the dating market again, it was not very receptive to me. And it brought up a lot of emotions. It brought up a lot of really looking back on my life and trying to figure out, but what did your teenage years look like, you know, or your younger years, or right, your late teens, your 19, your early 20s. What did that really, really look like? And it was a painful experience to have to sit back and look back and realize that that desirous thing, you've never had it. It's not gonna appear now all over Monday. You're just not that bitch. Like, you're just not that bitch that like has men wanting to be with her, and it's not nice, right? And it's, yes, decent men. I've done that now, right? Because at some point I found myself, when I was trying to figure out, okay, how can I increase my prospects, or how can I increase my chances of getting like quality partnership and stuff, I found that manosphere talking point of weight loss. And it's not just them, it's also the people around you. It's also your observation, looking at the fact that the smaller women around you get more attention when you're out and they get picked, but that's all you know, or that's as far as you're willing to analyze for the time being. And it really takes you sitting down and realizing that some of your pretty skinny friends are getting dribbled hard. Like, they choose them, but they choose them to like dog them out. They choose them to do them in. And it's only when you sit and really analyze this and you're like, but like, I can't believe at some point I pursued weight loss for the sake of partnership. Now, I've always pursued weight loss for whatever reason, right? I'm pursuing weight loss now, and like, who even knows what the fuck the reason is? At this point, I think I'm doing it because I don't know not to do it. Like, I honestly feel like I'll be happier. I feel like it's happiness because I've never had it, and everybody who looks skinny looks like they're having a better, easier time than me. And I want to know what the fuck that feels like, right? That's why I'm doing it right now. But we cannot run away from the fact that there was a point when I was doing it because I was like, maybe I'll get a better suitor. And then I had to sit, guys. I had to sit and look at it properly. I was like, oh my God, these skinny bitches have been lying. The pretties have been lying. And thank God, pretty women are addicted to attention for the most part. Thank goodness, right? Because then how would we have them oversharing, trying to go viral, telling us that they were acting like this man is taking good care of them, but you like the whole time they were the ones paying for everything? How would we ever know? I am so glad they love attention the way they do. How else would we know? We wouldn't know. We'd still be sitting here fat and sad thinking, oh, these women are getting treated nice, and they didn't know. You get more options, but those options are shit. What you get to do is like have more people to pick from, but it's rubbish. The pickings are rubbish. You just have more rubbish to sort through. That's it. But even in saying that, in that rubbish, there'll be 5 good guys, or, you know, oh God, wow, like 1.5. 5 is all of the good guys in the world. Why would I say that? Papoose is married, so oh my God. Okay-ish guys. In there'll be like 5 okay-ish guys, and then, you know, you want your one good guy. You as a fat girl, you don't want all of these guys. I personally have never looked at the experiences of my attractive, skinny, pretty bitch friends and been like, oh, I want the exact options they have. It always looked like work to me. it always looked like every time we meet a new group of guys, all five of the guys are like, oh, this is so good. I want. They're like, and I was like, that doesn't look like. I just want the one that I've had a connection with. But when you're fat, in my case, or unattractive, or just aren't desirable, whatever your thing is that makes it such that you aren't a thing worth bringing around the guys, because it's always about the guys, so it's about the guys, so it's what are the guys gonna say, what are the guys gonna think, are the guys gonna think she's bad, the guys, it's like, why don't you just date the fucking guys? Be with the boys. But anyway, that's not the point. It's the tea. I swear it's the tea. It's too late for me to have this amount of energy. Oh, good Lord. But you want your one good guy, but then you find that you can't even have that. You don't even get to have your one good guy. Even your one good guy is lined up with the rubbish that just want they shot with the hot girl. And that shit hurts. It sucks because you meet a group of people and you will be having a conversation with this person and it's like, oh, we're vibing and whatever, and maybe your mate is running late or whatever the case is. But when they arrive, how quickly they switch up to establishing you in the friend zone, with the quickness. They don't waste time with that, so that you can understand that. And then you guys have been vibing for the past however before friend got here. They now that friend has got here, want you to be the bridge, even the chaser, even to get in with your attractive friend with the personality of a fucking rice cracker. It's like, what? You can't even do this on your own. It's always they're trying to involve me, and it's on purpose. They involve you as the fat friend because if you don't, then you look jealous, right? If you don't make it happen for him, then you're just the ugly, hating fat bitch who's cock blocking, and you don't want your friend to have this good guy. Mind you, he's not even fucking good, right? So you're always having to be like, and now you're imagining, and you guys, you feel crazy. You feel like you imagine your connections with people. And so what I ended up doing is that when I would start, if I'd be out and I'd be talking to a guy and it's lost or whatever, I would work extra hard to establish that he knows that I'm aware that he could never be into me like that, and this is just banter. Because then he'll turn rude. He'll turn very mean in his effort to establish that I don't like you like that. I've been in a situation where, I don't know if I've shared this on here. We were all sitting somewhere, guys, I think I have shared this on here, but it won't hurt to say it again. We're at a wedding, we're sitting, and I was funny girl. That's another thing. One of my attractive friends told me that maybe I should stop being funny girl, because maybe it's just too clown or whatever it is. I was like, okay. She's like, yeah, maybe that's the thing, And I was like, I don't know how to just sit and not talk. I have things to say. But let me get back to the story. We're all sitting. It was cute. It was banter. People were laughing. And it was fun, man. The afternoon was fun, right? And at the end, this guy who we had with the most laughs. And honestly, guys, I wasn't receiving a romantic connection with this person. I don't believe they were receiving a romantic connection with me. We were just getting on, honestly. And you learn from these situations that you must establish especially when there are other guys around. And he was the guy, he was the guy. So the other guys are looking at him like, oh, that's the guy. So of the great man, he needs to pick the baddie. My friend told me that I should stop making jokes as the baddie, by the way. Yeah, I love that girl so much, you guys. Anyway, this guy, guys, I need to end the story. This guy that says to me, dude, I need your, girl, I need your number. I need to be in contact. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, whatever. Also, I was working, so he was also asking about my work. And when he said that, his mate he had it in him. You understand? While I was there to say to his boy, that's how much I'm not a thing, guys. That's how much. This dude turned to his mate and said, oh, you're into that, or you like her, oh, is this, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you really want her number, and dude was like, nah, not like that. Like, no, hey guys, and I was still standing there. They didn't wait for your bitch to leave. No. This conversation was being had in front of me. That's how much they don't. It's like, you are the whip man. Why are you asking for the fat bitch number? Because as the whip man, you have a type that you should be showing up with. How dare you ask for this like funny fat bitch number? Why are you doing that? That's the treatment that we get. And as a reason, you find yourself trying to manage, because you don't, who wants those moments? Nobody wants those moments, right? You find yourself constantly having to, it's so bad, you guys, that quite recently, somebody who I've been mates with to a degree since school, we were chatting back and forth about whatever. He's the one person I can have certain conversations with, like the kind of media I consume, like the kind of films I like to watch, right? None of my mates, like my good girlfriends and my good guy mates and stuff, aren't really into it like that. So he's the one person I can have these conversations with and have them be nice conversations. You understand? He contributes and I hear what he says and, oh my God, what'd you think of the new Batman? Like type shit, you know? Quite recently, guys, I'm talking last year, right? And I had to sit and think about it because as far as I knew, I had worked through this shit. Is it this year or it's last year? Last year. We've been chatting and stuff. So I say to one of my girlfriends, I keep saying to her, oh, this, that, and the other, oh, this, that, and then this person said this, and this person said this about this. And then she's like, oh, you've been talking to so-and-so a lot recently. Like, are you guys doing more than just being mates or whatever? I'm like, no, like, this is like chats. This is just what the fuck we do. When she said that, it fucked with my mind so bad. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I hope this dude isn't thinking that I am asking him these things or I am interested in these things because I'm trying to establish a thing with him and maybe be romantic. It got so bad, I out of the blue just offered to set this person up on a date in my effort to establish with them that, hey, I know you wouldn't be interested in me like that. See, I know, I'm trying to set you up with my hot friend. You know, I had to really own that. I had to take that. I had to sit and be like, you really try to set this man up because you wanted him to, and I felt, you know those girls that are into soccer? Oliver Mande, give me FIFA, because she has a crush on some dude who is like into like UEFA or whatever the fuck, right? And she's like, oh my God, you watched the game. I was like, oh my God, is that what I look like? Because I genuinely like this shit. I've never not liked this shit. Maybe he just didn't know when we were younger that I'm into this, but it's now a thing that he and I talk about. And I don't want him to think I'm just playing it up or whatever. Guys, I worked hard to set this guy up on a date, and he was actually dating. Oh, he had actually said to me that he's been going out on dates before. So then he's like, oh, do you remember I said I'm going out on dates and stuff? I've been exclusively dating this one girl that I went out on. And then we spoke about that. And I'm like, phew, here's a girl. Okay, now we can get back to being buddies. And then he won't think that I would ever think that he would be attracted to a person who looks like me. It's that serious. It's work. Because it's like guys get embarrassed for being chubby chasers or being into fat girls, that you will become the victim if you don't establish that you know that they're not into you like that. You don't know when the flip is going to happen, when the switch up is going to happen, and then you guys go from being great friends and laughing, and maybe his friends start teasing him about the fact that, oh, you really like Didi, like that, like, and then you don't know how that's gonna make him feel, because you know they're also like underdeveloped and stuff. Like, they take what they mates say like so seriously. Like it's a thing. Like they get teased and stuff, and he's gonna vomit that shit on you, you know. Even in my adult years, I'm finding myself having to establish that boundary. And then Tinder, my brother's like to me, my brother's always telling me that I need to, like, everything I ask him to do, he's always like, if you just had a man. Like, and some of the stuff is like, I'm asking you to get that thing for me up there in my father's house. Munna, what would a munna be doing in my father's house? when I'm asking you to ferolla that. Mnobo yotsa mama bona attack I'm in my father's house. In my fuck I look like? Fuck I look like? Do I look like the Fasaga Babena? Fuck are you even talking about? Like, he's always saying that. So he brought up that he's like, nah, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm in Limpopo. I'm in a very small town. How do I even like begin to meet people or whatever? And then he's like, Tinder. He's like, before he was in this relationship, he's like, I was on Tinder. They good options there. I'm like, you're a guy. The women are going to be good options for you. He's like, no, we're going to sign you up. I shared this on TikTok, guys. So this is like, what, a month old at this point. We get here. We're making a Tinder profile. My brother and I are making this Tinder profile for me. And immediately I'm like, listen, I need to post a full body picture. I need to post a full body picture. I don't think I wanted to use it for content because he really wanted me to sign up. Then I was like, I don't really think I'm gonna catch anything. Then he says I'm negative. So I want to prove him wrong. And I'm also like, okay, maybe we get some content out of it, but let's do it in earnest. Let's put up a real profile. So I put up a little thing there. Maybe I'll add it here. Maybe I'll attach it and then you guys can have a look at what I did with my profile. Everybody always says, remove the feminist shit, Didi. Because I'm like, feminist. It's in my bio. My brother's like, this is why. You see, this is... I'm like, no, the thing is, I don't want them to think I tricked them. Like, you understand? But then I was like, I need to put a full body picture. And that doesn't... I don't think a small girl who you can see in her face that she's small, I don't think she'd need to apply herself like that. Unless she's got these kind of like hypersexualized bodies where she knows that that's how she gets men, which is Tinder's like a hookup app at this app. So you would do well to post a full body picture if you have a fat ass and a small waist and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But that's not why I was doing it. I was doing it to say this, like, I am a fat girl. Do not come with here if you aren't with the fats. Like, do not come here because Uton Bora at the end saying, I didn't think you were this big. What did you thought? What did you think? But it's a constant managing, right? And it's like, let him go. Let him go because the pretties lied. It's not going to be a different experience. You're just going to have more opportunities to have the shitty experiences. That's all that happens. That's all that happens. And they're lying. These dudes will fuck anybody. You know, if they weren't too busy like twirling and trying to impress each other and trying to show up with women whom they think their friends will approve of, a lot of them would be in very good, healthy relationships with people they are already attracted to, but they are convinced that they aren't allowed to be attracted to these people. There's a reason you date a person who looks like this and you cheat on them with everybody you cheat on them with looks like this. You're communicating something. I don't know, right? You're constantly showing up with these people, but in the dark, you're always khanakhaning and with people who look differently. So it's fickle. The entire chat was just like, the idea of weight loss, the Coach Nonis of the world, the Kevin Samuels talking point, the idea of pursuing weight loss for getting quality partnership is laughable. It is ridiculous. It's laughable. Mary Jane Sidambi is not fat. And that fucking Leroy still ditched her fucking ass for another skinny, light-skinned bitch. If you can tell me why this stopped recording, but it did. The point is, it's also because if you have, my thought around it is that the fact that I can hold this weight and I've been able to do so my whole life means that I have the kind of genetics that allow this to happen. And it's not to say leave it alone. Stay with me. It's to say that I will always need to manage my weight. And managing my weight it's managing. That's a fucking job. It's a title they give somebody and they pay them. Management, right? It's a full-time job that I would need to commit myself to. And that commitment I can only do for me. It cannot be done to attract a better suitor. Like it's not a thing. You guys, it's simply not a thing. Like pursuing weight loss for the sake of getting better partnership, it's not a real thing. The fact that I can hold this weight means that I'm always fighting to not be at this weight. Imagine doing that from an external pressure. type situation. Imagine that being informed by the fact that this person is gonna leave me if I don't stay skinny, if I don't do this, when you can't even do it for yourself. Because weight loss is a tricky game. Weight loss is a tricky game because most of us weren't even meant to be that fucking small. Those of us who are already big. People should see some of the things that I find it so incredible that we always talk about how fast other people's metabolisms are, but we never want to talk about how other people's metabolisms could be slow. No, people are just lazy. You're just lazy. And those are the people that you want in your life. And anybody who doesn't want you at your fats cannot have you at your slim. I'm sorry. It's just, it's that simple for me. It's no two ways about it. It just is what the fuck it is. I am so glad I'm out of that fog. Because I'm able to now love myself, even through my journey of trying to pursue, and it's not health. I'm not pursuing health. I'm pursuing a smaller body. Okay, because some of the methods that I employ to get to that like place where I want to be, and I'll probably never be, it will just be like a thing that I'm in pursuit of until I fucking die. And then they'll have to write on my team, this bitch tried to be fat till the end. You know, she tried. She was trying, because you gotta try, then you're a good fat person. That's the other thing. But that's that on that. I don't know what I said and what I didn't say, because Galoko, I went off on tangents. But my chat is, it's not worth it. It's not a thing. The skinnies are getting cheated on. The skinnies are getting done in because these men are bad and they're fucking fickle and they don't know what they want, and it's not your job to be skinny for a man. That's that. Mwah. Bye.